So this is a Sanitaire SC684 with a shakeout bag. This design of vacuum has been around forever. It has been around for, almost probably half a century, if not more. Basically, these are very similar to the old convertible design, and they even take the same exact belts. Now, this thing was actually a trash find. It was in, dare I say, much worse condition than it is now. Mainly just dirty. I did have to service the brush roll and throw some new brush strips in it, which are very easy to change out on these. Obviously a new belt. I thoroughly cleaned it, even so far as to removing the motor from the body of the machine and sticking all the plastics in the dishwasher, which, if you guys haven't done that and you're into restoring old vacuums or making them look really good, definitely if you have plastics on your machine, I've done it for a while now, ever since I started messing with vacuums, and especially like Oryx, I'll wash the body pieces in the dishwasher with just normal dish detergent, and it works perfectly fine. Does a pretty good job. Some people like to attack these with degreaser and just scrub them by hand, but I'd like to say I'm too lazy to do that. The outer bag, being that these are shakeout bags, this bag was very dirty when I first picked up this vacuum. So I did completely disassemble this. Well, I say disassemble, but I took it off the machine and took the top piece out here. And then, I vacuumed out the inside of it with my little shop vac, got all the big stuff out that I could, and then took the outer bag, sans the metal piece I was just talking about, and stuck it in my clothes washer, which, again, with outer bags on vacuums, I've had great luck with cleaning them with the clothes washer. I don't really want to spend a half hour scrubbing one of these things in a bucket of water and rinsing it, scrubbing it more, and changing the water. It's just a lot easier for me and a lot more beneficial, and it does a much better job than I can do by hand to just stick it in the clothes washer and kind of be done with it at that point. I was mentioning that I did essentially give this thing a tune-up. I did replace both of these cord hooks. This one was the one that was broken. It was still present, but the piece over here had completely broken off. So it was simple enough to just swap them out, and parts for these things are really cheap. If you ever have to replace a fan on one of these, not only are they very reasonably priced, but it's simple. The design on these is just so simple that really, if you don't even work on vacuums at all, you definitely have a good machine to start with is one of these convertible based vacuums. And these Sanitaire ones are built to commercial specifications. So these can take a lot more of a beating than any of the older Hoovers could, though those are still very good vacuums. I actually own one. I need to do a video on it. So down below here, you guys can see how easy it is to open one of these up, at least to get access to the brush roll and belt to service it. Just like that. I love these. So here's the belt. You have a certain way that these things go on, and there should be a diagram on here somewhere. Install belt with low side and groove. So obviously I have it in there right, but there used to be a diagram on some of these. There is the information for those of you that care. Serial number. I don't know how to read the serial numbers on these, so if any of you guys do, definitely put it in the comments. I'm guessing this is a 2013 model. I'm not 100% sure, but I know it's not that old because they're still selling this particular model. And Sanitaire has, I don't know how many different models of these things at any given time, and they don't appear to update them all that much other than having a chrome hood or disposable bags or the shakeout bag. But I did, as I said earlier, I did take apart this agitator, completely cleaned it up, and greased both of the ends, which are very easy to get to, and replaced both of the brush strips. So now They're a little bit stiffer than they were. The old ones they weren't bad as far as the length goes, but they were just very soft. So that kind of happens as they age. It's not a bad thing. Doesn't mean that nobody was maintaining the machine. It's just a normal thing with these brush strips. But other than that, it does have a plastic fan. Kind of unfortunate with that, but you know, it's not a horrible fan by any means. I believe this thing is a 7 amp unit. I'm pretty sure it is. I do know one thing for sure. The suction alone on this machine, it sticks itself to the carpet very easily. This is medium pile carpet, and it does clean up really nice with many of my other vacuums. But with this one, you actually have to adjust it so it's a little higher up, or else it's kind of hard to push, which is kind of a normality these days with this newer carpet, and this house is brand new. So, but enough of me talking. So as I said, I completely serviced this thing. I greased up all the hard points on it, including the agitator, and I think I already have it set for this carpet. So I'll just turn it on and see what it does. I had it set for the mats downstairs, so we're going to make it go up. It was on 4, so let's try 5. Might have been on 3, I don't remember. Let's just see how it sounds. Well, the camera can pick that up, but it's actually pulling the carpet off the floor. Let's try going to 4, just to see how much of a difference that makes. That's a little bit better. So I definitely put some lines in the carpet, and seems like it vacuums definitely really well. So I hope you vac fans enjoyed this video. Stay tuned, there's going to be quite a few more videos coming up.